Hello class and welcome again back to the videos. I wanted to take a moment to remind you that the way this works is we will go through the textbook chapter that we're discussing. So it's a good idea to have your textbook out and follow along as I point out some highlights in the chapter. Now this section is Internet Explorer section in your textbook, and I believe it's just called Internet on the pages down in the lower left and right hand corners. And we're looking at Internet 2, that's the page number, and we're just talking a little bit about web browsers. Now, Internet Explorer 7 is what your textbook talks about. However, those of you that are familiar with web browsers know that there has now been an Internet Explorer 9 release, and so the textbook is a couple of versions behind, and honestly I believe this is the last semester that this textbook is being used, because we're switching here at the college to newer versions of Office as well as the browser, and so the textbook will also change. But for most of the things that we're going to talk about related to Internet Explorer, 7 applies to subsequent versions as well. First of all, looking at page Internet 2, www stands for World Wide Web. You will say that again in a test in the future, and so make sure you know that www stands for World Wide Web. And then those links that you can click on in a web page are called hyperlinks. Usually they will take you to a different section of the web page or even an external website. So this section, Internet 2, talks a little bit about just getting started. If you're taking an online class, you're probably pretty comfortable with the internet browser. Internet 4 talks a little bit more about the browser and different sections of the Internet Explorer browser window. Internet 6 talks about browsing the different pages, and then Internet 8 talks about using tabbed browsing, which essentially is opening up multiple web pages but within the same Internet Explorer window. And then you have favorites that you probably save. This is from Internet 10 page. I love using favorites. Saves us from having to type in the address multiple times. And then you can print web pages as well. Sometimes they don't look quite right, but it is a way to print if you want to save the information for offline viewing. That is talked about on page Internet 12. And then you can search for information. As I mentioned in previous videos, I'm a big fan of Google. Pretty much anything you need to find out, you can find out through Google. But again, please remember to carefully evaluate the sources of that information, because it may not be accurate or may not be true. So make sure that you find out who the source is so that you can evaluate it to see if it's correct information. And then there is a section on getting help with the browser on page Internet 16. There is an option to pull up the help menu there. Now, as always, if you have any questions or need any assistance, please feel free to post to the discussion boards or send me an email through Blackboard or my Murray State email address. Thank you and have a great day.